The Precession of Simulacra is an essay by the French philosopher Jean Baudrillard, originally published in 1981. In this essay, Baudrillard explores the concept of simulacra and its implications for contemporary society. Here's a summary of some of the key ideas from the essay. Simulacra. Baudrillard defines simulacra as copies without originals. In other words, simulacra are representations that have no basis in reality, they are hyperreal, existing only as simulations. This concept challenges the traditional notion of representation, where the sign or image is believed to refer to a real object or phenomenon. Simulation versus representation. Baudrillard argues that in contemporary society, simulation has replaced representation. While representation involves a correspondence between the sign and the real, simulation creates its own reality, independent of any referent. Thus, simulation is characterized by the proliferation of images, signs, and symbols that no longer have a direct connection to reality. Hyperreality. Baudrillard introduces the notion of hyperreality, which refers to a state where the boundaries between the real and the simulated become blurred or indistinguishable. In hyperreality, simulations are experienced as more real than reality itself. This phenomenon is fueled by the mass media, consumer culture, and technologies of simulation. 3 orders of simulacra. Baudrillard outlines 3 orders of simulacra. First order. In the first order of simulacra, the image faithfully represents the real. This is the classical notion of representation, where the sign corresponds to an actual object or phenomenon. Second order. In the second order of simulacra, the distinction between the sign and the real begins to break down. The image no longer represents a real object but instead masks the absence of a referent. Examples include Disneyland, which creates a fantasy world that is experienced as more real than reality itself. Third order. In the third order of simulacra, simulation precedes the real. There is no longer any reference to reality, simulations generate their own reality. Baudrillard sees contemporary society as largely characterized by this third order, where simulations proliferate and shape our perceptions of the world. Implications for society. Baudrillard argues that the prevalence of simulacra in contemporary society has profound implications for our understanding of reality, truth, and meaning. In a hyperreal world, reality itself becomes elusive, and distinctions between truth and falsehood, authenticity and imitation, begin to dissolve. Overall, the Precession of Simulacra offers a provocative critique of contemporary culture and media, challenging traditional notions of representation and reality. Baudrillard's ideas have had a significant impact on fields such as cultural studies, media theory, and philosophy, sparking debates about the nature of simulation and its effects on society. Here are the main arguments presented by Jean Baudrillard in The Precession of Simulacra, along with examples to illustrate each point. Shift from representation to simulation. Argument. Baudrillard suggests that contemporary society has moved from a state of representation, where signs and symbols correspond to reality, to a state of simulation, where signs and symbols create their own reality independent of any referent. Example. The proliferation of digital media and virtual reality technologies has created simulated environments and experiences that have no direct connection to the real world. Video games, virtual tours, and augmented reality applications are all examples of simulations that generate their own realities. Hyperreality. Argument. Baudrillard introduces the concept of hyperreality, where simulations become more real than reality itself, blurring the boundaries between the real and the imaginary. Example. Disneyland is often cited by Baudrillard as an example of hyperreality. The theme park creates a meticulously constructed fantasy world that visitors experience as more real and more magical than everyday reality. The simulated environments, characters, and experiences at Disneyland exemplify the hyperreal condition. 3 orders of simulacra. Argument. Baudrillard outlines 3 orders of simulacra, each representing a different relationship between signs and reality. Example. First order. A photograph of a tree represents an actual tree in the physical world. Second order. A theme park like Disneyland presents a hyperreal environment where representations, e.g., cartoon characters, castles mask the absence of a real referent. Visitors suspend disbelief and engage with the simulated world as if it were real. Third order. In the digital age, social media platforms and online communities create virtual realities and identities that have no basis in the physical world. People interact, form relationships, and construct identities within these virtual spaces, often without any reference to offline reality. Implications for society. Argument. Baudrillard suggests that the dominance of simulacra in contemporary society has profound implications for our understanding of reality, truth, and meaning. Example. The prevalence of fake news and misinformation on social media platforms demonstrates how simulated representations can distort perceptions of reality and erode trust in traditional sources of information. Additionally, consumer culture is driven by the proliferation of hyperreal images and symbols that shape desires and aspirations, leading to a society where authenticity and meaning are increasingly elusive. These arguments and examples illustrate Baudrillard's critique of contemporary culture and media, emphasizing the transformative effects of simulation on our understanding of reality and truth. Let's delve deeper into the analysis of Jean Baudrillard's The Precession of Simulacra. Shift from representation to simulation. Baudrillard's assertion about the shift from representation to simulation challenges conventional notions of reality and truth. He suggests that in contemporary society, the distinction between the real and the simulated has become increasingly blurred, with simulations often taking precedence over reality. This analysis prompts us to reconsider how we perceive and interpret the world around us, especially in the context of digital media and virtual environments. Hyperreality. Baudrillard's concept of hyperreality highlights the notion that simulations can become more real than reality itself. This phenomenon is particularly evident in spaces like theme parks and digital realms, where individuals willingly suspend disbelief and engage with simulated experiences as if they were genuine. By emphasizing the hyperreal nature of certain environments, Baudrillard challenges us to question the authenticity of our experiences and the boundaries between the real and the imaginary. 3 orders of simulacra. Baudrillard's delineation of the 3 orders of simulacra offers a framework for understanding the evolving relationship between signs and reality. By categorizing representations based on their level of fidelity to the real, Baudrillard invites us to critically examine the ways in which simulations shape our perceptions and experiences. This analysis prompts reflection on the role of media, technology, and consumer culture in constructing our understanding of the world. Implications for society. Baudrillard's exploration of the implications of simulacra for society raises important questions about the nature of truth, authenticity, and meaning in contemporary culture. By highlighting the prevalence of simulated representations and their influence on social, political, and economic dynamics, Baudrillard encourages us to interrogate the ways in which simulations shape our values, beliefs, and behaviors. This analysis prompts consideration of the ethical and philosophical implications of living in a hyperreal society. In summary, Baudrillard's The Precession of Simulacra offers a thought-provoking analysis of the role of simulations in contemporary society. By challenging traditional understandings of representation and reality, Baudrillard invites us to critically examine the ways in which simulations shape our perceptions, experiences, and interactions with the world. The Precession of Simulacra, by Jean Baudrillard, explores several key themes that are central to understanding his critique of contemporary society and culture. Simulacra and simulation. The primary theme of the essay revolves around the concept of simulacra and simulation. Baudrillard argues that contemporary society is dominated by simulations, which are copies without originals. These simulations, he contends, have replaced reality itself, leading to a state where representations are more real than the real. Hyperreality. Related to the theme of simulacra is the notion of hyperreality. Baudrillard suggests that in a hyperreal world, the boundaries between reality and simulation become increasingly blurred. Simulated experiences and environments, such as those found in theme parks or virtual reality, are perceived as more real and more desirable than actual reality. Media and technology. Baudrillard examines the role of media and technology in the proliferation of simulacra. He argues that mass media, advertising, and digital technologies contribute to the creation and dissemination of simulated realities, shaping our perceptions and experiences of the world. Consumer culture. Another prominent theme in Baudrillard's essay is consumer culture. He suggests that consumerism is driven by the production and consumption of simulated images and symbols rather than actual goods and services. In this hyperreal consumer culture, desires and aspirations are shaped by representations rather than by genuine human needs. Loss of authenticity and meaning. Baudrillard explores the consequences of living in a hyperreal society, where authenticity and meaning become elusive. he suggests that the dominance of simulacra leads to a loss of referentiality, making it difficult to distinguish between what is real and what is simulated. This loss of authenticity undermines our ability to find genuine meaning and significance in the world. Postmodernism. Baudrillard's essay is often associated with postmodernism, a philosophical and cultural movement characterized by skepticism towards grand narratives and an emphasis on fragmentation, ambiguity, and the blurring of boundaries. The Precession of Simulacra reflects many of the key themes and concerns of postmodern thought, particularly regarding the nature of representation, reality, and truth in contemporary society. Overall, the Precession of Simulacra engages with these themes to offer a provocative critique of modernity, consumer culture, and the media-saturated landscape of late capitalism. The Precession of Simulacra, by Jean Baudrillard, holds significant relevance and has left a lasting legacy in several key areas. Philosophy and cultural theory. Baudrillard's work has had a profound impact on philosophy and cultural theory, particularly in the fields of postmodernism, post-structuralism, and critical theory. His analysis of simulacra and simulation challenged traditional notions of representation, reality, and truth, leading to new ways of understanding the complexities of contemporary society and culture. Media studies and communication theory. Baudrillard's ideas have significantly influenced media studies and communication theory, especially in the examination of the role of media and technology in shaping perceptions and experiences. His critique of the hyperreal nature of modern media environments continues to inform discussions about the impact of digital technologies, social media, and virtual reality on society. Consumer culture and capitalism. Baudrillard's analysis of consumer culture and capitalism has contributed to our understanding of the relationship between consumption, desire, and identity in contemporary society. His concept of hyperreality sheds light on the ways in which consumerism is driven by the production and consumption of simulated images and symbols, rather than by genuine human needs. Critique of modernity. Baudrillard's critique of modernity and the post-industrial society has been influential in questioning the assumptions and values of Western civilization. By highlighting the proliferation of simulacra and the loss of authenticity and meaning in late capitalism, he has challenged prevailing ideologies and cultural norms. Legacy and influence. Despite criticisms and controversies surrounding his work, Baudrillard's ideas continue to be widely studied and debated across various disciplines. His concept of simulacra has become a foundational concept in cultural studies, media theory, and critical theory, shaping scholarly debates and intellectual discourse in these fields. Impact on popular culture. Baudrillard's ideas have also permeated popular culture, influencing artists, filmmakers, writers, and other cultural producers. References to his concepts can be found in various works of literature, cinema, music, and visual arts, reflecting his enduring legacy in contemporary culture. In summary, the Precession of Simulacra has made significant contributions to philosophical, cultural, and social thought, leaving a lasting impact on our understanding of representation, reality, and the dynamics of contemporary society. Baudrillard's analysis continues to resonate with scholars, thinkers, and creators alike, shaping ongoing discussions about the complexities of the modern world. The Precession of Simulacra, by Jean Baudrillard, contains several unique features that distinguish it from other philosophical and cultural critiques. Concept of simulacra. One of the most distinctive features of Baudrillard's essay is his development of the concept of simulacra. Baudrillard argues that contemporary society is characterized by the proliferation of simulations, copies without originals, that have replaced reality itself. This concept challenges traditional notions of representation and reality, offering a provocative lens through which to analyze the complexities of modern culture. 3 orders of simulacra. Baudrillard introduces a taxonomy of simulacra, categorizing them into 3 orders based on their relationship to reality. This framework provides a structured way to understand the evolution of representation in society, from faithful reproductions of the real to simulations that generate their own reality. This classification system is a unique contribution to cultural theory and has been influential in subsequent scholarship. Hyperreality. Baudrillard's concept of hyperreality is another distinctive feature of his analysis. He suggests that in a hyperreal society, simulations become more real than reality itself, blurring the boundaries between the real and the imaginary. This idea challenges conventional understandings of truth and authenticity, highlighting the ways in which mediated experiences shape our perceptions of the world. Critique of consumer culture. The Precession of Simulacra offers a trenchant critique of consumer culture and capitalism. Baudrillard argues that consumerism is driven by the production and consumption of simulated images and symbols, rather than by genuine human needs. This critique sheds light on the ways in which capitalism relies on the creation of desire and the manipulation of representation to sustain itself, offering a unique perspective on the dynamics of late capitalism. Language and style. Baudrillard's writing style is often characterized by its poetic and aphoristic quality. The Precession of Simulacra is no exception, featuring dense, elliptical prose that challenges readers to grapple with complex ideas and concepts. Baudrillard's use of language contributes to the essay's enigmatic and provocative nature, inviting readers to engage with his ideas on multiple levels. Interdisciplinary approach. Baudrillard draws on insights from a wide range of disciplines, including philosophy, sociology, cultural studies, and media theory, to develop his analysis of simulacra and hyperreality. This interdisciplinary approach allows him to explore the complexities of contemporary society from multiple perspectives, enriching his critique with diverse insights and perspectives. Overall, The Precession of Simulacra stands out for its innovative concepts, distinctive style, and interdisciplinary approach, making it a seminal work in contemporary cultural theory.